Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. A while back I did a video on the different types of dash panels that came in the old 67 to 72s, and we briefly talked about how to pull one out. Well, since then I've got quite a few questions from guys wanting to know if they can remove their heater dash and swap it out for an original style AC one. And the answer is yes, and it's pretty easy to do with just a few tools. Well, I decided since I'm parting out this old 69 C10, why tell you guys how to do it when I can show you right here in the driveway in real time. Well, if you guys have an old heater truck and you're looking to add AC, no problem. You've got several options to choose from. First off would be just leave that old dash. Then you can go out and buy an aftermarket vintage air system and you're good to go. 2, you could go through and cut 3 precise holes into your original dash and add the original style AC vents. 3, go to LMC Truck Classic Parts and pick you up a brand new repop AC dash. They'll only run you about 400 bucks. Well, you guys know me, I'm cheap and I would never do that. I'm more than likely gonna go hit a salvage yard and see what I can find. And that's what a lot of guys are doing. They're going and finding a good AC donor truck, ripping the dash pad off, bringing a death wheel with them, and cutting the face of the dash off from the top. Then they'll go home and do the same thing to their dash and re-weld it back in, reinstall the dash pad, and probably no one will ever know the difference. Well, the way I would do it, and it's probably the most correct way, but most labor intensive, is I'm gonna go through and find a good AC donor truck and remove the entire dash panel and then transplant it into my truck. The reason I do that is if I'm parting out an old truck like this, I don't know if the next guy's gonna want a partial dash or the full thing, so I'm gonna go through and do the extra work. The downfall of this method is you're gonna have to pull the windshield because you have to access all of these spot welds in the front. Well, if you guys don't know how to pull out a windshield from an old 67 to 72, no problem. Check out this video. I'm gonna go through and try to save as many parts of this old truck as I possibly can. This is a good AC truck, so I am gonna try to pull the dash out of it, that way somebody else can use it. If you're watching my previous dash panel video, you know that this dash was held into the front window channel with around 24 spot welds. So what I'm gonna do is go through with my drill and try to go through and drill out each of these spot welds. If you have a spot weld drill bit, that works better. I don't, or I do, I just don't know where it's at. So we're just gonna use a regular drill bit. Once I get that done, then I can start kind of prying these two pieces of metal apart and then unbolt the dash. See how it goes. You can see each one of these little spot welds right there underneath the paint. So I start with the smaller bit and then I'll increase a little bit bigger. Well, if you guys accidentally drill all the way through when you're trying to pop that spot weld, don't sweat it. We can always fill it back up when we reinstall it. So I've gone through and broke all the spot welds. It is kind of jagged, but that's okay. This is a parts truck. Then we can move to the inside of the truck. And then the inside of the dash, we're gonna have 6, 3 on each side, 1/2-inch bolts that are holding the dash panel to the actual cab. Once we get those removed, then we can go through and try to shimmy or wedge this out without damaging too much. If you guys did decide to rob the AC dash out of a donor truck, before you leave the salvage yard, make sure you grab this piece of the firewall before you go. An AC truck has a different firewall opening than a heater truck, and you're going to need it if you want everything to fit back like factory. So, zip this out, burn it back into your old truck, and everything should be fine. Maybe. Well, now we've got the dash panel out of the truck, and before you guys go stabbing it back into yours, make sure you grab a wire wheel or a grinder and clean up this top edge of the dash panel, and do the same for the window channel and the cab itself. Then you can spray it down with some weldable primer, bolt it back in, get you some vice grips or clamps, pinch the two lips together, and you can start welding. Well, that's going to do it for our dash panel removal video. If you guys know of any easier ways to pull one of these things out, well, type it down the old clickety-clack, and while you're there, hit that like button and subscribe. And make sure you check out my other 67 to 72 videos. I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.